What's up? Who's hot? Where's the latest action spot? Hints and tips, did you know? Milestones and local heroes. Sports, shorts, event reports, news you'll use of every sort. Celebrations and on location.
Plugged In, the TV show with what you want to know, what you need to know, and what you'd like to know about what's going on in your town this week.
Get plugged into your life, plug into here and now.
Get plugged in on your local cable station.
Good evening and welcome to Plugged In on Rogers Television. I'm Jerry Lavasser, your host. On this Thursday's edition of Plugged In, we'll hear from consumers on the rising price of gasoline. We have a report on a dispute over private and public beaches in Township. We will also interview a golfer from Midland who is trying to help young golfers. All this and more, plus a first look at the weekend weather forecast from Environment Canada. So stay connected to Plugged In. We'll be right back.
Tom Smith's Chevrolet Oldsmobile is proud to sponsor Plugged In. At Tom Smith's Chevrolet Oldsmobile, we want you to have the best, whether you're kicking tires, taking a test drive, or choosing the right payment options. Our customers are our #1 priority. Our commitment is to you. Our knowledgeable sales staff can guide you. Come in and see why life is better in the country. Tom Smith Country, King Street, Midland. Call 526-0193.
You're watching Rogers Community TV, serving the communities of Georgian Bay.
Welcome back to Plugged In. I'm Jerry Lavasser. How much more are you paying for your tank of gas? Well, yesterday I paid $5 more for my fill-up. We went to the streets today to talk to the consumers and see what their feelings are. Galera Savarian had this report.
Gas prices have reached new heights in the last couple of weeks. Collingwood is charging up to 61.9 cents per litre. In Barrie and in Toronto, some places are charging as high as 65 cents a litre. The people of Collingwood are not happy about this.
Hi, my name is Ian Henderson. I think the price of gas is way too high. I think we should get some controls by the government so that we can get our prices down to a good level.
I think it's disgusting because they say that all these oil companies that are they're not the foreign oil companies, are not the ones that are making the money. It's the ones that are in the, you know, the actual ones that are around here that are making the killing, and yet we're paying the high dollar for the gas. It's just crazy. I live now down near Windsor, and I know a lot of people down there go across the border for gas. I don't, but I know a lot of people do.
I don't know what's going on. That's why I want to know it. Do you think, is there any reason why the gas goes up?
Well, they've been saying that they've made profit, so I don't know.
In Collingwood, or how about in Toronto?
The whole company.
The whole Ontario? Oh my God, I got no comments on that.
What seems to be a growing concern not only in Collingwood but all across Ontario is the incredibly higher gas prices as the weekends kick off. More and more people are asking for a government body to regulate these prices. But until that happens, if it happens at all, drivers will continue to be at the mercy of gas companies. For Plugged In, I'm Galera Safarian.
A hurdle for many young people wanting to try new sports is the high cost of buying the equipment. This is very true for golf. A Midland man, J.R. Leclerc, is very involved in a new program to help junior golfers. Ian Ferguson brings us this story.
If you're a golfer, there's nothing you like better than the opportunity to check out a new set of clubs, even if you don't really need them. Hi, my name's Ian Ferguson, and I'm here at Angels Fairway in Midland. And when I check out golf clubs, it always brings back great memories of when I learned to play golf. I learned to play golf a long time ago, and what we used to do is I'd go out with my dad, and that was always really exciting. And I'd caddy for him, and I had the opportunity. They'd let me hit a few balls off the tee. And that's how I learned how to play the game. And I look forward to teaching my son the same way. But not everybody's lucky enough to have a father who plays golf, or and then the question always is, how do you teach people, get people into golf? And someone who has an interesting program that helps people do that is J.R. Leclerc, the proprietor here at Angels Fairway. Hi there, J.R. How's things going?
Things are going really good, Ian. Thanks.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about what's this junior golf program that you have going?
I was introduced to it a couple of years ago thanks to our local resident, John Gordon. And he introduced me to a gentleman by the name of Jay Johnson from the RCGA, who's the junior coordinator. The program itself is called Future Links. And pretty much what we're doing with the Future Links program, brought to you by Mackenzie Financial, is we're trying to introduce golf to as many junior golfers as possible. With that in mind, there's two things that they're doing. Idealistically, somebody can do a Future Links program either at a golf course or at a driving range or even at a local high school. Now, with that in mind, a person may want to know how they, as you were saying earlier, can get into the game of golf at a low expense. Well, here at Angels Fairway, having to do with the RCGA and the OGA, which is the Ontario Golf Association, we are a club depot. Now, what that means is that we have folks, both cottagers and our local folks, donating unwanted golf gear, and we'll take it here at Angels Fairway, and it's donated and given to junior golfers under the age of 14. Also, with that in mind, if somebody has clubs they want to pass on to their junior, well, we'll supply you with grips. And I really got to tell you, Ian, this program has gone really well. I'm so happy about the exposure for the junior golfers that last year we ended up with 110 sets donated and 100 odds and ends, you know, like bags, putters, carts, etc. And also the RCGA supplies us with grips. And the program has gone again so well that I was fortunate enough, and I stress fortunate, that I was called by a golf magazine to do an interview, and it was done through a magazine called Golf Canada. And it was done in the spring issue of Golf Canada, and basically they're talking about how successful the Future Links program has been going for us.
So basically what you've done is you're taking the cost of getting the equipment, so the $200, $300, $500 that it would cost to outfit a young person, which is a fair chunk of money for a lot of people, you're taking that out.
Pretty much, so really the cost has really been cut right down. Idealistically, if we have a set here and they are fitted for the junior, then they're given to them for free or at little and no cost. Again, because we will supply you with the grips and get them cut down at a low cost. So you could, as opposed to, you're right, Ian, having to spend $200 or $300 to get your child into golf, well, now you can do it for either for just about free or up to as most as just about $100 or less.
Now then you'd be heading out to a junior clinic. What sort of junior clinics do they have around this area?
Well, there's different ones. I personally have a couple of clinics that I do up at Sunny Lee Golf Course in Honey Harbor, Port Severn area. We have camps that you'll run all week. But also, folks, you can check with pretty much any of your local golf facilities, and they have a junior program that will introduce you, or rather your junior, into golf. And there's different packages that are available. Idealistically, I follow the Future Links program because I feel it's about the best for somebody like myself to be able to give me some guidance in teaching the kids a little bit of everything having to do with golf.
I guess it's a little bit different now because I did, and I'm not sure how you did it, but they don't want to let extra people on the course now for sort of liability and insurance reasons. So you really have to sort of come out with some sort of program that teaches people from scratch, really.
Yeah, they also have another program involved with it. It's called Buddy Month, which is July, and the idea of that is to take your junior out golfing. thus Buddy Month for the month of July. And you are right, Ian, you know, it's kind of an uphill battle. Many of the pros that have came down to Angels Fairway last year, it's an ongoing battle in trying to get juniors out there. So there are different courses that do allow the juniors to get out, but we're starting to win the battle. As an example, last year, because of the Future Links program, we gave exposure to 30,000 new junior golfers in Canada. So as you can tell, basically it's growing in leaps and bounds.
So then the question comes to me, JR, how the heck did you get into the game anyway? I mean, you're pretty into it now, I think.
It's kind of funny that you asked that. It's a long story. I'll keep it short. My dog got me into golf. What I mean by that, folks, is some of the local folks, I own a very famous golf dog. She's known as North America's golf ball retrieving dog. Again, to make a long story short, I was at a local park a few years ago and taught my dog to go and get the ball, bring it back, and she drops it on the tee every time. So we ended up in 22 newspapers, television appearances. We did interviews over the phone, did a feature on us in Score Golf magazine. And I was at a local golf course fooling around with a trick shot that I can do. And I actually kind of joked with the folks about this trick shot, and they asked me, how do you do that? And I joked and said, I'll tell you what, for $25 an hour, I'll show you. And next thing you know, the phone started ringing. And just a year later, I started selling used golf clubs because there was a need for that. And here I am now at Angels Fairway. We have a $70,000 golf simulator, a full pro shop, and the junior program. So it's maybe fate, but I'll tell you what, I'm really, really enjoying helping the juniors and some adults getting into golf.
That's great, JR, and it's really great to see you out there working with the juniors. They're the future of the game. And so I hope if you're thinking of playing golf, come on out down here to Angels Fairway or wherever you think. Head out to your local pro and see how to get involved with playing golf. It's a great game. And this is Ian Ferguson reporting from Midland for Plugged In.
In Tiny Township, there is a growing dispute over public beaches versus private beaches. A group of citizens are staking claim to what they say is a public beach property. Carrie Scherer files this report.
One of the nice things about the summer is being able to come out to the beach. And today I'm here on Concession 13 with Kathy Spears and Michelle Jacobs. And I'm Carrie Scherer for Rogers Television. Kathy, could you tell us why we're here today?
Hi, first I'd like to welcome everybody to the 13th concession of Tiny Township, the most beautiful beach in Ontario as far as I'm concerned. The reason we're here today is because our historical rights to use this beach is being taken away from us. With the help of a shoreline federation and a few waterfront cottage owners, they're suddenly claiming privacy to the beach. After 100 years of use on this beach by many, many families and generations of those families, we're being denied to enjoy this beautiful beach. If they had their way, we would be told that we could only use a 66-foot wide strip from the road allowance to the water. And when you have a busy weekend here, that's a lot of people to put in a small area.
Michelle, could you tell us what they're doing with the parking situation out here at the beach?
Well, they seem to be limiting the parking spaces, and they've changed the area of parking going past where the pizza restaurant is. And what's happening is you're having an influx of vehicles going down the road in which our property is. And what seems to be occurring is when I turn the corner to go anywhere, or many even cottagers or people who live on that road, both sides are clogged up. You can't see, and I've almost literally been head-on collisions twice trying to get out of there, so it's really chaotic.
Kathy, you've been coming here since you were a little girl. Could you tell us what happened to you recently here regarding a trespassing fine that you were given?
I came down to the beach on July the 4th, and I walked just a short distance down here to my left, and I was enjoying lying in the sun, and the police officer walked up to me and told me that if I remained here, that I would be charged. And I asked him, charged with what? He said trespassing, that the property owners claim that they own to the water's edge. I then told him they don't own to the water's edge. Their property is set way back among the trees. And he says, well, this is what their claim is that they own to the water's edge, so I would have to move. And I told him I wouldn't, so then I was charged with trespassing.
I'd like to just show the area where Kathy was at the time of the trespassing fine. If you'll notice right up here, it's kind of hard to see from our vantage point right here, but there's markers actually marking their property lines, and as you can see, there's a lot of beachfront here that is actually public access, and that's what we're fighting for today. On July 25th, I guess that's this Saturday. I'm sorry. I'll let you tell us what's going on Saturday.
Basically, if you can take a look behind me, there is a flagpole and a birdhouse that shows the property lines. We have way over 300 feet of shoreline to be enjoyed by all. Because of a few property owners, approximately 20 of them, they're denying thousands of us to this beautiful beach. We've sent a message to the Attorney General asking them to step in and to assist us in fighting for the rights of the public. On Sunday, July the 25th at 2 p.m., I'm asking everybody to meet me on the beach here. And we are going to line up along the shore, and with the help of the media, we're going to show the Attorney General that because of 1920 property owners, it is affecting thousands of people. And I hope everybody can come. Thank you.
Thanks, Carrie. Now here's a look at the top 10 video rentals that you can find at your neighborhood Rogers Video Store.
Escape from Dollsville at Rogers Video.
Everybody out there in video land, this is Chris down here at Rogers Video, once again bringing you the big bad top 10 list. First of all, I'd like to talk about a couple new DVDs we had this week. I had Varsity Blues, which is a bunch of football jocks having fun, and we also had 8mm with Nicolas Cage, hot on the hunt for a filmmaker. So on with the show, here we go. Number 10 is Saving Private Ryan. Number 9 is Affliction. Number 8, Bill Murray and Rushmore. Number 7, and Billy Bob with A Simple Plan. Number 6, some Vietnam stuff with Thin Red Line. Number 5, like I said, Varsity Blues. Number 4, Robin Williams Making Everybody Laugh and Patch Adams. Number 3, Will Still Running Away from Those Bad Guys and Enemy of the State. Number 2, She's All That. And number 1, John Travolta Kicking Butt in a Civil Action. See you next week.
Let me try and picture how this happened. She called you, she cried. You felt sorry for her and you cried. And now she's mad at me. Now that makes sense.
This is a good case.
She's not crying now, I can tell you that.
An orphan, but a good one. 12 deaths over 15 years from leukemia. 8 of them children.
Is that unusual?
Apparently, statistically, it's a very small town.
This woman lost a child.
They think it has something to do with the city's drinking water, which they say has always tasted funny.
What was she like before? I'd like to know that.
You want to hear what it's about?
No, I don't.
I'd like to hear about it.
Thank you, Kathy. There's a report here from state inspectors that says that the water from 2 city wells is contaminated, or was before they shut them down, with something called, I can't pronounce this, trichloroethylene, which the EPA lists as a probable carcinogen.
No, let me stop you right there.
There's more.
I don't need to hear it. From a financial standpoint, I can tell you right now, this is not a sound investment. Probable is just a euphemism for unproven. To prove something like this, you need new medical research. Is that the business we're in, the medical research business? And you have to ask yourself, why is this an orphan? Why has it been kicked from firm to firm before it ended up on your desk?
Escape from Dullsville
at Rogers Video.
The Rogers Cable System Banthams played in Owen Sound against Flesherton last night. The game was tied at 3-3. Owen Sound seemed to struggle at the bats, while Owen Sound's pitching was the best this season. Graham and Chris have this report.
Well, when you're used to winning, a loss, or in this case a tie, comes as a surprise. The Owen Sound Rogers Cable Systems Bantams tied Flesherton 3-3 last night at Tom Williams Park in Owen Sound, and Coach John McCutcheon wasn't pleased.
Weekend, we played 4 games, AAA teams. Bats were just going great guns. Played in Hanover last night, won 17-9. Bats were going again. It's hard to keep everybody up. 4, 5, 6 games in 3 days, and I think we were just flat tonight. I try to tell them that you've got to get up for every game. You can't take teams for granted. You can't get cocky, and you got to play hard baseball. And I think that was one of the things that happened tonight, was that they took it for granted that it was Flesherton, and Flesherton's got a good team. They didn't hit very well, but they got enough runs to tie us, and that's what you call a good ball team.
Okay, we know it's a pitcher, Jeff.
Well, it's one of the best games we played this year. Against Owen Sound, they usually trim us pretty good. So we're quite happy with the way we played tonight. Well, we had good pitching, and the second fellow that came in, Adam Malpas, was really pitching well. He hasn't pitched a whole lot this year, and he pitched really well. The first pitcher pitched quite well as well. And we were lucky in a couple line drives that were hit right at our players, so I think a little bit of luck, and we played fairly sharp for us. Next home action for Owen Sound is next Wednesday night here at Tom Williams Park in Owen Sound, and then a tournament on Saturday in London. For Plugged In Owen Sound, I'm Graham Bashew.
Stay connected to Plugged In, as the Environment Canada weather forecast will be coming up next with your first look at the weekend weather. We'll be right back.
Fire Department. Approximately 80% of Ontario professional firefighters are volunteers. This means that they are not in the station at all times, and they respond to emergencies in their own vehicles. In the case of an emergency, these personal vehicles become emergency response vehicles. Legislation allows these vehicles to be equipped with green flashing lights. Be courteous. Don't block or impede these vehicles using green flashing lights. They could be going to your house. A message from your local fire department.
What do you call home? This? 4 walls and a roof so your poor head doesn't get wet? Not here. This is Speed Vision. And our house is built with asphalt, earth, and thunder. If it's rolling on 2 wheels toward a checkered flag, we've got it. And look who runs our house. World champion Freddie Spencer and Dave Despain. Speed Vision. We cover every race except for your trip home from work.
Part of the MeTV package. Looking for the best value in television? With the Rogers VIP program, you get basic cable, all the specialty channels, up to 4 outlets with free installation, and save 10% off the regular monthly rate. Add that to VIP discounts from partners like Cantel, AT&T Wireless, Rogers Video, and the savings alone could end up paying for all the channels you've been missing. The VIP program. Only Rogers could put something like this together, but only someone like you can appreciate it.
So I've been seeing these ads. Satellite TV, a gazillion channels for one amazing low price. Well, guess what? There is no amazing low price. I checked it out. First, they tell me I gotta get all this stuff. Then I gotta pay for installation. Not cheap. And on top of all that, I still have to pay for programming. And if I want separate equipment for each TV, that could cost several $100s more. Satellite TV? No thanks. I'll keep my cable.
Cable TV, the best value in home entertainment.
Welcome back to Plugged In. Your Environment Canada weather forecast for the South Georgian Bay area will be clear tonight with a low near 18. On Friday, sunny in the morning, but cloudy over in the afternoon with scattered showers or thunderstorms in the evening. High near 29, low near 18. Maximum UV index 8.0 or high. Saturday, cloudy with sunny periods with scattered showers or thunderstorms. High near 28, low near 19. On Sunday, mainly sunny, high near 28, low near 17. The probability of precipitation tonight, 0%. Friday, 40%, and Saturday, 60%. We sure have had a great weather for a holiday summer so far. Really hope everybody is taking their holidays and making the most of this great summer. Apparently the resorts in our viewing area are having a record summer. Congratulations.
Be part of a fascinating expedition as OLN takes you by air, land, and water along the entire stretch of China's Yellow River. Explore ancient civilizations and magnificent wildlife. Then, who's running this network anyway? A bunch of chimps? We'll tune in for some real monkeying around as a group of able apes air their own brand of programming that'll have you swinging from the chandeliers. OLN has Wildlife Adventures China at 8, and TBS has the Chimp Channel at 10:05. Catch it on Rogers. Good night.
In this part of television land, small doesn't mean insignificant. A little determination goes a long way. And you just never know when you'll rub elbows with immortality. 30 years ago, Rogers created community television to cover the things that happen close to home. Because in this part of television land, big things happen in small places.
That's it for our show tonight. Join us again tomorrow night at the same time. Thanks for staying connected to your community with Plugged In. I'm Jerry Levasseur. Have an enjoyable evening and a great weekend. Good night.
Tom Smith Chevrolet Oldsmobile is proud to sponsor Plugged In. At Tom Smith Chevrolet Oldsmobile, we want you to have the best, whether you're kicking tires, taking a test drive, or choosing the right payment options. Our customers are our #1 priority. Our commitment is to you. Our knowledgeable sales staff can guide you. Come in and see why life is better in the country. Tom Smith Country, King Street, Midland. Call 526-0193.
Have a story idea for Plugged In, please feel free to call our viewer response line at 1-877-LOCAL-TV. We'd be happy